What's really good, my people? This your boy Smallito's Way, coming at you with another video. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. Much love to all my supporters. Let's get to this. So, as I reported a couple days ago, and as you probably very well know, Joe Budden fired his co-host Rory and Mal on live on the podcast the other day. I believe Wednesday was the day, and he's getting a lot of backlash for this. And the latest person to speak up on it is Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart had a lot to say. Kevin Hart pretty much was in the opinion that, you don't treat people that you built something with like that. You might be the brand, you might be the brand name, but regardless of the fact, those people were there to help you build your brand name. And he's right to a certain extent. He's right. My opinion is that, the contract is the contract, and you have to stand by the contract. That being said, he's right. You don't treat people like that. You know what I mean? Especially if these guys, from what I understand, know each other personally beyond the podcast, and you don't treat people like that you come up with. You know what I mean? You treat them with a little bit more respect. Now, whatever went on behind the scenes is what it is, but he should have been more professional instead of firing them on a live podcast and humiliating them like that. There's no call for that. That's disrespectful and all that stuff too. But Kevin Hart, basically went in on him. And my opinion also is that, listen, let's be for real. Joe Budden, this is the first endeavor that I've seen in the entertainment world where Joe Budden was successful. We all know that his music career was lackluster. He didn't really make much noise in the music industry. Really, he didn't. He had his little time on Love and Hip Hop where he looked like a complete fool and a bozo. He got shitted on. He proposed to Tahiri, even though that show is scripted or whatever. But even if it's scripted, I'm telling them I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that part. The part of the bozo, I'm not playing that. But like I said, the podcast was his first really real time in his entertainment career where he was a success, where people actually cared what he said. And I think that it went to his head ultimately. Ultimately, that's what led to him being the way that he is. He obviously didn't have no respect for them, even though they were there helping him build his brand, build the show, whatever the case may be. Even though that their roles were minute or whatever the case may be, they were there. They were there along for the ride. And they deserved a little bit more respect than getting fired on a live podcast like that. So, like I said, I think Joe Budden got full of himself. He, for the first time, tasted success in the fashion that he wanted to taste it, like with his music career, which never really took off. I mean, Joe Budden has been a part of the music industry for almost 20 years, but has he had any relevant songs besides maybe one or two? I don't think so. I don't remember. And he finally found his niche, and power. He got drunk with power, and that's what I think happened ultimately. Ultimately, I think that he looked at it from the angle as, well, it's the Joe Budden podcast, not the Rory and Mal and Joe Budden or Joe Budden featuring Rory and Mal, whatever. He took that to heart. He took that to his head, and he basically shitted on them dudes. As far as the contract goes, I stand by him. If you sign a contract, it is what it is. You have to read the fine print. You have to realize what you're getting yourself into and iron out all the details that you want to be ironed out before you put your name on the dotted line. Once you do that, you are susceptible to abuse and all type of other shit that you didn't really think of when you were just thinking about the money or whatever the case may be. So you have to be very careful. That being said, you don't treat people like that. You don't do people that you quote unquote care for and had a personal relationship with like that. It should have been handled off the air, behind the scenes, and a little bit more respect for people that you came up with. I agree with Kevin Hart on that. Let me know what y'all think though. Leave some comments in the comment section. You know what I mean? And that's about it, man. It's a quick little video. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, show some love. Follow on Young OG 3000. Much love to everybody. I'll see y'all in a minute. Peace.